Let's look into how soul embodiment relates to making the right decisions in alignment with who you truly are. At the end of this video, I'll give you some reflective questions to help you in this process. The body is always giving us clues if something is aligned with who we truly are or not. The tricky part is to be sensitive enough to listen to the signals our body is giving us, which can be challenging for many people who are out of touch with their bodies and predominantly live in the head. The more disembodied we are, the less we trust or can even access our intuition or mistake intuition for all kinds of feelings and thoughts. And the more we look externally for guidance and answers, for someone to tell us what to do. It's the basis for authoritarianism. Engaging in life is essentially all about making decisions. The Matrix has tricked and conditioned us to use head-centric thinking for our decision-making process, while having disconnected us from the wisdom of our bodies. With the rise of technology and the dawn of AI and transhumanism, we're being more and more disconnected from our inner organic body technology. All that is by design in light of the occult hyperdimensional hostile forces that have influenced humanity for thousands of years outside our five sensory perception. Most people are also disembodied and dissociated due to unconscious trauma and childhood wounding. We escape into the head in order not to feel. While this is a natural defense mechanism when too much happened too fast, most people get stuck there, living unconsciously in the past, frozen in time, which tends to result in all kinds of self-sabotage, addiction, and repetition compulsion, cut off from source in our true potential. Head-centric decision-making leads us away from our true nature, and the easier we are manipulated by thought injections of occult forces. The more that we are embodied, in the true meaning of the word, which means soul integration, the more we establish a direct inner link to the divine, and the more we are protected from any possible entity interference. The awakened body intelligence is finally tuned into all that is as a transducer of divine will, getting informed beyond the five senses, way beyond what the mind can grasp or process, which most often leads to analysis, paralysis, and overthinking. Essentially, listening to your body is about listening to nature and the world through your body and using your intuitive nonverbal guidance system to make decisions from, which is in tune with who you truly are on a soul essence level. You start to flow more with the Tao of life, the river of life. As Bruce Lee said, be like water. It doesn't mean it will be all easy and comfortable. It means you know intuitively how to engage in the flow of life, riding the waves of change, centered within whatever may come, being able to handle any challenge as a lesson of life. You're then truly sovereign, being in this world, but not of this world. That's where true magic in life opens up, as we're able to tune into all the guidance and synchronistic opportunities that are all around us, but which we cannot perceive as long as we are caught in the mind that can never perceive wholeness nor hear the divine voice. Illnesses, including depression, diseases, and even injuries, are often manifestations or symptoms of being out of alignment with our deeper, unique soul's purpose and path, or are the result of making choices that don't reflect who we truly are. I'm not implying that all illnesses or injuries fall into that category, but many do, speaking of personal experience. They are signals to listen within and readjust even beyond external care like diet and exercise, but relate to much needed holistic life changes and deeper inner healing on emotional, psychological, and spiritual levels, breaking through the crust of the mask of the programmed personality. Many people follow or have desires and wants and even ambition for certain goals that are based on social and cultural conditioning, as well as wounding and insecurity, but mistake them for their own. That friction between following the program of the conditioned, wounded personality and not one's true essence puts tremendous pressure on the whole body-mind-spirit system and wears it down, resulting most often in unnecessary suffering. We live in a world where pathologies have become normalized and where willful doing at the expense of being, social status, how we look in the eyes of others, and peer pressure, hive mind, groupthink at the expense of true individuation are heavily promoted in the matrix programs of success and happiness. So much of what people do is driven by the need for acceptance, appearance, approval, status, and security. Our lives lose integrity if we're not honest and sincere with ourselves, separating us more and more from the divine within, our true being and wholeness, and essentially our unique soul purpose. From an esoteric perspective, on the path toward awakening, lies to the self are the most harmful and hardest to detect. So, here are some questions to contemplate on. Why do you do what you do, and what is your true intention? Be honest with yourself. How much of it is socially conditioned and how much is truly you, the real you? Can you sense the difference between your personality and the soul? Most of us mistake aspects of our personality for the soul. How much of what you believe about yourself and the world we live in, you identify with and you think you need, want, or desire are merely programs installed in you since birth via education, society, culture, and past wounding and trauma, trying to fill a hole within by externalizing this lack? How much of what you do and say is to gain approval, status, to be liked, to be accepted, or based on projecting your unconscious internalized pain or envy and jealousy onto others, your shadow? How do you diminish yourself, your authenticity, and keep silent because of fear of conflict, ridicule, and what others may say or think about you? And ultimately, what is your relationship to the divine, God, Spirit, Universe, or whatever you want to name it? Is there a trigger around the word God, Spirit? How you may be religiously conditioned? Do you have certain projections, certain ideas what spirituality is supposed to be? What is your relationship to the higher nature?